here's exactly how to get your brain to focus in three main sections. The third one's the most important, so if you actually want to help yourself and focus the right way, continue watching. If not, bye-bye. The first section is eat the frog, which the whole analogy is if you had to eat a frog for a meal, would you eat it at the start or at the last? The correct answer is you would eat it at the first. Reason because if you can eat the frog at the first, then the worst is over, and then you can go to having your good meal. Whereas if you're just eating your meal, you're gonna be thinking about, damn, I have to eat a frog afterwards, and you're gonna be regretting it. And then yes, either way you're eating the frog, but at the end it would be much harder for you to do it. The main concept for this whole thing is that the hardest task you have, do it at the start of the day, promptly right afterwards you wake up, because that's when you have the most amount of focus. And if you do this at the start of the day when you have the most amount of focus, you'll be able to do it the fastest possible, rather than having it later on in the day, because then you're going to be seeing it like as that difficult task that's going to be coming, instead of if you did it, let's say, in the morning or early on in your days, it's going to be much easier for you to get through it, and your focus for the rest of the day is also going to be better. Part 2 is starting small. If you can't focus, stop trying to sit down and study for 2 hours, sit down and work for 12 hours a day. It's not going to work. Instead, just start small. Start small, go again and again and again, and eventually you're going to hit it like a exponential curve, and you're going to get the golden star. You're going to be finally able to focus 12 hours a day, or however many hours you want to focus. First, you do progressive overload 5 times a day, which is basically time yourself how much time you can focus without getting distracted. For most people, this would be like 10 minutes. And then do that 5 times a day. Avoid multitasking. And just do that 5 times a day and keep repeating it and slowly increasing it after every single session. And eventually, in a month's time, trust me, your focus, even if you're at the baseline of your time and focus for 5 minutes, you'll be much better off. The third part, which is habit building. Study at the exact same time every single day, and make sure you plan beforehand. It's very simple, but if you plan the times you're going to be studying, you're much more likely to actually do it. Because what I realized when I basically lived life without a routine, or lived without knowing exactly when I'm going to work, I worked way less. Much rather, nowadays I have a fairly fixed schedule. Like, I know when I'm going to work. And when that time just arrives on the day, I just realize, I just sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to work. It's like not even an option anymore. And my focus during those periods are extremely well. So yeah, if you want a full cheat sheet on how to focus better, it's going to be released on my free Discord in a couple weeks. First link in the description. Also, you get access to a bunch of custom plans if you have any specific questions, coaching calls, and a bunch of other resources that I'm making. So join. Bye-bye.